Top 4 cars to the feature. Rick Zeal bringing them into turn number 4, setting the pace. Keep your eye on the white line. We're green. Your first Amoco heat race underway. Rick Zeal shows them down the back chute for lap number 1. Joe Rowe running in that second spot. Marlon Jones in third. Then the young lady, Sarah Fisher, running fourth. Again, the top 4 cars transferring the second 4 to the lead. Lynn Thompson, Breezy Whitworth, Bankston, and Slinkard. Here comes Lynn Thompson now into the 4th spot of that 10T. Marlon Jones running in that 3rd spot, trying to close in on Joe Rowe. Your leader bringing them down the back chute, headed toward turn. Look at Slinkard! Turn number 2, oh, keeps it on all 4s, we're yellow. Straightaway, where we'll restart your first Amoco heat race. Keep your eye on Rick Zeal as he sets the pace into turn number 2. Once we hit the orange cone, we'll be set to go green. We're underway. Your first Amoco heat race. Here comes Breezy Whitworth. Now on the high side is Marlon Jones. Starts to show a little smoke. Whitworth now into that 5th spot. One more spot to go to transfer into the A main. Here comes Sarah Fisher on the low side of Whitworth. Side by side for 5th. Sarah Fisher now moves into that 5th spot. Taking a look at Lynn Thompson off 4. Thompson runs in that 4th and final transfer to the A main event. Now Whitworth taking a look at Fisher one more time into turn number 3. Breezy Whitworth moves into the 5th spot. Sarah Fisher, 6th. Then Bankston, Quaylo, and Wilburn. Rick Zeal, your race leader, brings him off turn number 4. Joe Rowe running 2nd. Marlon Jones still smoking. Now off the pace. Lynn Thompson into the 3rd spot. Breezy Whitworth now in that 4th and final transfer. White flag will be out one more time around the speedway as Rick Zeal showing the way into turn number 1. Joe Rowe still running 2nd. Lynn Thompson, Scott Breezy Whitworth running in the 4th and final transfer. Then Sarah Fisher, Bankston, Quaylo, and Wilburn off turn number 4. Your winner, Rick Zeal. Pace truck pulls in on the back chute. Gary Wright sets the pace over into turn number 4. Keep one eye on your flagman, way on your front row. Here we go, racing, heat race number 2. Look at Johnson Head gets into the front straightaway guardrail, gets her back underway. Your leader down the back chute. Car number 9, Gary Wright. Dan Oswald, look at Troy Parsons. Shows the way. Steve Beitler running 2nd. John Cernett running in that 3rd spot. Running 4th, Jake Peters. Cars transferring to the 8th. Then Jake Peters sits on the bubble. Jerry Richard Jr. runs 5th. Then the pop, Kevin Huntley. Gary Wright with a good advantage coming off turn number 4. That action into 9W. Green flag racing. Gary Wright to race leader. Steve Beitler running 2nd. John Cernett and Jake Peters. Jerry Richard Jr. Kevin Huntley, Shane Carson, and Chris Walraven. Now Huntley closes in on Richard Jr. down the back chute. Your race now for that 5th spot into turn number 4. Also closing is Shane Carson in that $12. Gary Wright now with about a straightaway advantage over Steve Myler, who runs 2nd. John Surratt still hanging on to that 3rd spot. Jake Peters running in the 4th and final transfer. White flag is out one more time around the speedway. Gary Wright now coming into traffic on the back sheet side of the racetrack, headed toward turn number 3 for the final time. Put your hands together off turn number 4, your winner, the 9W, Gary Wright.
Pace truck to the pit area. We'll go half a lap looking for the green flag on this circuit. Norm Wadley out of Milo, Iowa on the flags. He'll be looking at Kelly Kinzer and Leonard Lee as they work their way off turn number 4 to the white line. Let's keep an eye on them as they work to the white line. The RPMs on the way up and the green flag waving. We're racing in heat race number 3. It's Kelly Kinzer working his way to the front. Leonard Lee working in through the middle of the track, now running 2nd. Ricky Logan on the bottom, and the Campbell Chevrolet running 3rd. Matt Morrow, the youngster out of Des Moines, Iowa, holding down the 4th position. Top 4 work their way in tonight's A-main event, working on lap 1 of 8 in the 3rd heat race tonight, this evening. Kinzer, Leonard Lee, Logan, Morrow. The race soon to be contested for that 4th and final transfer spot as Jeff Matrician officially the 36 of Doran Doty. Well, it's up to Kelly Kinzer to set the pace on the single file restart as they work off turn 2 past the orange cone in the middle of the back chute. Norm Wadley waving the green flag and the race is back underway. Kinzer onto the bottom, working through the middle. Here comes Leonard Lee trying to get a run off the high side. They work under the flag stand and back into turn 1. Ricky Logan still running 3rd in the Bill Campbell Chevrolet. Matt Morrow, the youngster from Des Moines, Iowa, holding on to 4th spot. Matrician in the 5J. That's Jeff Matrician out of Oskaloosa, Iowa, carrying the Musco colors on that car. Working into that to Matt Morrow, trying to get into that final transfer as they work back into turn 1. You see Kelly Kinzer heading down the back chute once again, trying to extend that advantage on Leonard Lee. Remember, we'll take the top 4 transferring to the A-main event tonight, Friday night's show for the Amoco Knoxville Nationals. Matt Morrow still holding on to that final transfer spot. You look back to 5th, 6th, and 7th. You got a race back there. Bobby Allen in his traditional low groove that he's ran for years and years on the sprint car circuit. Kevin Whitworth, the youngster out of Sedalia, Missouri, also trying to work the low side, trying to work by the veteran Bobby Allen. Here comes your leader working off turn 4 once again. Kelly Kinzer, the 4K, the Franklin Power Products. Phillips Flores 16L, Leonard Lee, the Putnam Chevrolet, front of the 7i, Ricky Logan. And Matt Morrow trying to close the gap ever so slowly. We'll see the white flag for Kelly Kinzer. Leonard Lee, your 2nd place runner. Logan bobbles. Here comes Matt Morrow, working on the low side. Any changes to be made? They've got to be made now. Morrow works past Ricky Logan. Here comes Kelly Kinzer. Back to work through Friday night's program. Keep an eye on them as they work turn number 4. Off the 4th turn, Bob Reed charging into the lead. Dennis Moore Jr. working through the middle down to the bottom. Donnie Schott settling for 3rd. Peter Murphy rolling into 4th as they head down to the back chute and into turn number 3. Dennis Moore Jr. out of Grinnell, Iowa. Twister Chassis leading the way as he works back into turn number 1. Tommy Estes Jr. now working his way into that final transfer spot. The 29 car. working around Peter Murphy. Dennis Moore Jr., Bob Weave, and Donnie Schatz, your top three. Tommy Estes Jr. trying to close the gap. Tommy Estes Jr., the Jayhawk National Champion Monday night at Topeka. Dennis Moore Jr. won the opening night feature event here at Knoxville this season, way back in April. Tommy Estes Jr. working on the inside of Schatz, your race for that third spot. Estes gets on the binders just a little bit, loses some speed as he works back off turn number 4. Your top 4, still Dennis Moore Jr., Bob Weave, Donnie Schatz, and Tommy Estes Jr. Working on green flag lap number 5. Dennis Moore Jr. and Bob Weave running two different and distinct lines as they work around the historic half mile. Dennis Moore Jr. at the bottom. Bob Weave staying up more on the cushion. Estes Jr. still trying to work his way back in to challenge Donnie Schatz for that third position. Bob Weave off turn number 4. Yellow. 6 laps down in the 8-lap heat race. Bob Weave, your leader, setting the pace on the single file restart. Dennis Moore Jr. looking to challenge once the green flag drops. Donnie Schatz still running third, and Tommy Estes Jr. holding down fourth. RPM's working up and green flag flying on the front chute. We're green flag racing once again. Donnie Schatz working hard off the top. Here comes Dennis Moore Jr. working 3 grooves through the raceway. Dennis Moore Jr. drops to the bottom, trying to hold on to it and bring it back to the top. Working well through the middle of the raceway, but Bob Weave still holding on. Dennis Moore challenges back on the bottom side once again. Donnie Schatz holding on to third. And Tommy Estes Jr. working white flag in that 4th position. Bob Weave, the veteran Knoxville racer out of Newton, Iowa, extending that advantage over Dennis Moore Jr. Watch him working off turn number 4, looking for the checkered flag from Norm Wadley.
Pace truck pulling in on the back chute now. We get set to go. Your final Amarillo heat race. Travis Whitney sets the pace into turn number 4. Keep your eye on the front row. Here we go. Travis Whitney shows the way down the back chute. Mike Peters runs in that second spot. Third, the 2M of Brent Kading. Fourth, the 25 of Chad Raydell, but he's got company side by side for the final transfer. Danny Wood in the Mobile Oil 8N moves into that 4th spot. Then you've got good battle back there for the 6th spot. Manny Rockhold on the high side of the speedway, battling with Randy Nygaard. 3 wide, look at him going in turn number 4. Danny Wood now knocks on the door for that 3rd spot. Mike Peters and Danny Wood down the back chute, brings it in at turn number 3. Wood to the high side of the speedway, getting a good run off the cushion on turn 4. Travis Whitney with a good advantage, brings him in at turn number 3 as your race leader. Now off the pace in turn number 4. Whitney, Kading, Wood, Mike Peters. Think you've got a good battle going on now for that 5th spot. Chad Raydell and Manny Rockhold getting a good battle. But keep your eye on car number 63 of Nygaard trying to make his way. Also Daniel Cogshell, that Viper chassis number 3. Danny Wood works the high line of the speedway. Oh, now